Dear Journal, when last we talked about puzzles, I put out a cry for help and a few people answered. One in particular, Shade Cromwell, which is the exact name I'm going to use for my next fighter thief if I ever play some AD&D, sent me a picture of a map. Wait a minute, the person that holmes my last mystery was Ray Cromwell, and now Shade Cromwell? Well, what an interesting coincidence. Anywho, the map he found fit in perfectly with the combined image of sun and moon, henceforth called Smoon. If you remember, I rotated the Smoon and popped it over Google Maps because of the similarities with this creek. Well, now I have the exact map used, and on the top of said map is the scale, and underneath miles we have rids. Rids is rods. A rod is 16.5 feet. I don't know why they need to abbreviate it. They didn't do it to miles. It's not moles and rods. Rods. Put the O in it, damn it. At that time, I noticed that the stars on the Smoon had an extended sparkly bit, and long story short, we surmised that you project out from the west star in the pointy direction for 157 rids, and from the east 428 rids. Boom! X marks the spot. Sort of. More of a V. Shade did the math on Google, and the checker will greenlight you if you're within 30 meters, so like I said, boom! I was flabbergasted to finally have that green light. What an awesome and infuriating puzzle. As soon as I had some spare time, I ran out there. Fortunately, Steve was around. Unfortunately, the park entrance was closed, so we had to park in an undisclosed location and walk down some railroad tracks. But first, to Shade.
To Shade.
Full of tracks.
Plastic?
Yeah, what do you think? I'm bringing glass back with us, back into the fucking train tracks? Ooh. Yeah. Alright, everybody remember, this is where we parked. Active train tracks. It's 9:15. We are 180 feet away. If we don't turn right here, we're boned. But, as Steve just pointed out, it's a bit of a wall.
Is it?
Well, it's wall-ish. Has aspects of wall.
It turns out, getting cross-faded on active railroad tracks at night during a visibility-reducing mist is not only entry-level Darwin Award behavior, but it's also very unconductive to looking for, well, whatever it is we're looking for. So I had to stifle my enthusiasm and come back another day with the power of the sun. I know it looks like we're just going into an off-limits area, but I assure you this side of the big wall is part of an open park. There used to be another railroad track running parallel to the one from the other night, and as you can see, it's been removed and is now a main path. However, we can't seem to find any way up through the heavy foliage where we need to go. Steve and I may have our flaws, but we aren't the type to ignorantly machete our way through nature in these small parks, so we relied on our ability to squirm through deer path and the occasional meth head clearing. We just couldn't get as close as we did from the tracks, and several times we got spit out onto the path, only to be forced to try again.
Can you catch it?
Yeah.
You sure? Last time it went in the water.
Oh my god! You throw me the idol, I throw you the whip. Yeah. The drinking.
Test.
We finally decided our best bet was to get back on the active train tracks and go through where we left off previously.
We're, thankfully, on the right track again. I haven't been this funny since Death Coach.
And it was just as thick and difficult to traverse. We looked around a good bit at the 2 coordinates listed, keeping in mind we have to give and take 30 meters. Then I mentioned to Steve that the CO left a phone number to call in case there was any trouble. Why not call? I'm sure it won't be awkward.
This is gonna be awkward.
I need help! It's not gonna answer.
Nobody answered, and I found myself leaving a message that made me feel just as strange as feeling up a street sign in public to find a magnetic nano.
Hi, this message is for M and or W. We're doing the sun, the moon, and the stars, and we're in PlayWiki, and we're at one of the at the first set of coordinates listed when you say look for the stars at. And yeah, for the love of God, please help us. Thank you. 267. Phil, Skinbosh. Thank you.
About 5 minutes later, I got a call back from a very helpful CO that I told myself in another video that I would stop asking for hints on all their puzzles. And now here I am in the woods on the phone, quietly waiting for them to kindly retrieve their notes on a decade-old cache.
It's a leaf, dude.
After a cordial conversation and some new info, we moved on.
That is what helped me, Steve, find this cache. I saw that from over here.
While I was checking another obvious spot that many people would have hid a
50
geocache.
feet away from where we were.
Well, I'm sorry, some of us had to move around.
It's all right. It's all right. I know it's hard to admit. The tool is more useful
You know what I
than
kind
the
of
user.
Whoa, 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 did Steve just do what one of them there callbacks from a previous journal entry? That Steve is in fact a tool. My tool. Like a flashlight or tweezers, I use Steve to help me geocache.
The tool is more useful
You know what I
than
kind
the
of
user.
I kind of admit.
He did, wow, what a hurtful thing to say. Yeah, no, I don't know if you caught that, but we found the cache. Favorite point awarded, top notch. I know what you might be thinking, Journal. Geez, Skimbosh, you ask a bunch of people for help, get it, go to the cache, get the CO to call you and take your hand, and now you make a video showing how to solve the puzzle? Yeah, alright, I know it looks that way, but I'm not spoiling. I'm just sharing my experiences in my journal. I'm sure there are those that disagree, but for now, I just want to enjoy the geocrack rush.
Now it's time to make the long haul back to reality. Wear your ticks as a badge of honor, friend Steve. Oh my Jesus, that's slippery, dude. I just turned the camera on too.